Hello children, today we will be discussing a very different topic and a very beautiful topic, that is human eye, from chapter 7 of Science 1, standard 10th. Now when you look at the textbook, the diagram of the human eye appears very complicated, and today I will be teaching you how to draw the diagram in an easy way. So let us begin. Children, human eye is made up of double convex lens and now let us, before drawing the diagram, give you the idea which kind of diagram we are going to learn. See, I have got a elastic band in my hand and I am holding it with my fingers and my two thumbs are before it. So the diagram which you have in your textbook is completely similar to this. My hands are making the circle. So the thumbs which are before this band, these thumbs constitute the iris, and the gap between them make aperture, and that aperture is pupil. When I will draw the diagram, I will explain you very beautifully. And the one which I am holding in my hand, this one is nothing but the lens. This one is nothing but the lens. Lens can be pulled by these suspensory ligament. My fingers are like suspensory ligament. Okay, let us see that. This is the lens. It is held by suspensory ligament. Suspensory means what? Which suspends. See, I was holding the band in my fingers and this continues further . This is the muscular layer, children. It continues further to make iris, and it will go behind as a circle to make the eyeball. Eye is in the form of a ball. The diameter of this ball is 2.4 centimeter, children, and then it will make the optic nerve. Now this suspensory ligament will continue further. This is the muscular layer, children. So let me make it with a different color. These are suspensory ligament and this is iris, children. I'll label it later on. Before this is present a transparent cover, and that transparent cover is known as cornea. Before iris there is a transparent cover, and that transparent cover is called as cornea. And this iris muscular layer gives the color. For different people the color of the iris is different. This one, this is iris. For different people the color of the iris is different. Now what is that iris? Let me draw here. When you view the eye from front, you will see there is an aperture, and this aperture is known as pupil. This aperture is known as pupil. Now surrounding this there are radiating muscles. There are radiating muscles in the eye, and there are circular muscles. This is how you can see when you visualize normal person's eye. This is the pupil and this is the iris. These are radiating muscles. They are radiating outside and there are circular muscles surrounding it. The radiating and circular muscles are the muscles which control the size of the pupil. Sometime the pupil becomes smaller, sometime the pupil become larger, and now I will show you how it happens. Children, the black hole which is shown by the arrow is a pupil. The brown color which is shown by the arrow is iris, and the white one is the sclera. Stop. Children, I was telling you how do the pupil controls the light entering in the eye. See, you could see the pupil contracting, and when I remove the light, the pupil dilate. The pupil contracting, the pupil is dilating. The pupil is contracting, now the pupil is dilating. Now the pupil is contracting. So the pupil is the one which controls the light entering in. You can so nicely you can see this. Pupil is contracting, pupil is dilating. Dilating now. You can see the pupil is becoming widened. So this is the pupil in the middle. This is iris. For different people the color of the iris is different, children, depending on the color of the hair. Then according to the DNA coding, the color of the iris is. Then these are the suspensory ligament which suspends the lens. Suspensory ligament which are holding the lens, as I held this rubber band and showed you. See these fingers. These are the fingers which are holding this, and they can pull it like that. This suspensory ligament will be holding the lens, and this is the iris here in front. If you visualize any person's eye, you can see like this. Now further, if you go to see inside the eyeball, there is a layer, and this layer is a layer which is of photosensitive cell. This layer is made up of photosensitive cell, and this yellow layer which I have drawn, this layer is known as retina, children. What is it called as? Retina. It contains photosensitive cell. For your knowledge, the photosensitive cells are rod cells and the cone-shaped cells. Cone-shaped cells. Rod-shaped cells are responsible for you to see in the dark, that is at night, and cone-shaped cells are responsible for you to see or distinguish between the colors. So cone-shaped cells are cone-shaped and rod-shaped cells are rod-shaped. Rod-shaped cells contain the pigment which is known as rhodopsin. Rhodopsin is a pigment which helps you to see in the dark. See children, you must have observed when you go out during daytime, or when you are left from the school and when you enter in your home in the afternoon, for some time you cannot see, and after a few seconds you can see. Why? The sunlight which enters into your eye falls on your retina. It destroys the rhodopsin. Rhodopsin is the pigment which helps you to see in the dark, and after some time you can see. So then it get developed, and it is available from the vitamin A. Carotene, precursor of vitamin A is carotene. So rhodopsin is one from there. It is just for your knowledge, children. And retina is acting as a screen. It acts as a screen. This is a crystalline lens. It is made up of proteinaceous material. Let me write here. Crystalline lens made up of proteinaceous material which is elastic in nature. Elastic in nature, held by the suspensory ligament. So retina function as a screen. We were talking about retina. Retina contain photosensitive cells, rod shaped cells and cone shaped cells. It function as a screen. Now let us move to the lens. Light first will enter through the cornea. When the light enters through the cornea, it gets refracted. Most of the light, it is a transparent cover. It's a transparent cover. Transparent cover on the eye. Most of the light which falls on the retina get refracted here at cornea. Then it enters through the pupil into the, falls on the crystalline lens. This crystalline lens is a double convex lens. Crystalline lens is a double convex lens. Why it is double convex? From this side also it is convex, and therefore it is double convex lens. So light falls here and then further it gets refracted and then it falls on the screen. Retina act as a screen. Now retina, I said, is supposed to is having photosensitive cells. These photosensitive cells, they generate the electrical signals, and these signals are carried through the optic nerve. The one which you see here is the optic nerve. This optic nerve will lead to the brain, and there in the brain the image is understood. Now this crystalline lens will make the image on the retina inverted image. It will make inverted image, and this photosensitive cell will send the message through the optic nerve to the brain, and brain understands the image. But actually the image which forms on this retina is inverted image. Children, you must have seen, I showed you, this is the iris. Beyond this there is a white color which you can see in the eye. White type it is here, and this is known as sclera. This part from here, this is called as sclera. S-C-L-E-R-A. This layer is a muscular layer. Let me color it pink. When you are drawing diagram, this is the way you should draw the diagram of eye. This is the muscular layer, and these are suspensory ligament by which the lens is held. Now, what do this suspensory ligament do? They hold this lens in its position. They also helps to change its focal length. Now, how do they help it to change? How do they help the lens to change its focal length? Lens is made thin. The suspensory ligament can pull it See, I was showing you. And the lens becomes thin. When the lens becomes thin, the focal length of the lens increases. Focal length increases. And when the focal length increases, then we can see the far object. For seeing the far object, the object which are not very close to the eye, the focal length of the lens should increase. And when these suspensory ligament will compress the lens, like see, this is pulling, that means I am making the lens thin, and when I compress, if you carry a ball in your hand and you press it, what happens? It bulges out. Like that the lens will be made rounded by compressing. Compression is done by these muscles, and which are those suspensory ligament. So when it is made rounded, what happened to the focal length? The focal length will decrease. And why do we want the focal length to decrease? Because we want to see the near object. For visualizing the near object, focal length should decrease. So these suspensory ligament help to increase the focal length and decrease the focal length. The cornea. So this is the way, children, you can draw the diagram of the eye. And again I repeat, this is the transparent covering which is known as cornea. Then after the cornea there is a iris which you can see. Then in the middle there is a pupil. The lens is held. This is the lens which is called as crystalline lens. It is biconvex or double convex, held by the suspensory ligament. Suspensory ligament are the part of muscular layer. Then this layer continues and turn and form a ball. This is the orbital eyeball, it is known as. Then inside there is a layer. The layer is known as retina, and this retina is supposed to contain photosensitive cells. These photosensitive cells are in the shape of cones and the rods. Rod shaped cells are responsible for you to see in the dark when there is no bright light, and the cone shaped cells helps you to see or identify the color. They generate the electrical signal, and that is carried via the optic nerve. Optic nerve will carry it to the cerebellum, and there the image is understood. Lens will focus the image on the retina and one can visualize the object. So light is the one which help us to see. Children, now you saw how the pupil was contracting and dilating. Contracting when I was flashing the light, and dilating when I was removing the light. So pupil is the one which controls the light entering in. So when you are outside in the sunlight, that time your pupil become very smaller. It contracts. It allows very less light to enter in. And when you are out, when you are in, that time less light is available, or more sunlight is not very light is not very intense. That time the pupil dilate. At night the pupil is dilated because less light is there, but at bright sunlight the pupil is contracted. Children, I have told you these are suspensory ligament, and this is a iris, a muscular layer which continues further, but together they are called as ciliary muscles. In your textbook it is mentioned ciliary muscles, but not mentioned suspensory ligament and iris, but they are the ciliary muscles only, known as suspensory ligament which suspend the lens and iris further. Now, as I told you before, the suspensory ligament pulls the lens, and the focal length will increase and you can see the far object. And when suspensory ligament will compress the lens become rounded and you can see the near object, focal length will decrease. The point at which you can see the object clearly without strain and stress on your eye, that is known as near point. For example, if you take a textbook before you or any book before you and you keep on bringing very closer and closer, you can perform this activity. One point will come where you cannot visualize it, and when you bring it far little away from your eye, you can easily see it. So that distance at which you can clearly visualize the object, that distance is known as minimum distance of distinct vision. And that minimum distance of distinct vision is 25 centimeter, children. Now the distance when you are the object when you are visualizing which are very far, if you are able to visualize those objects which are very far without any stress and strain on your eye, that is known as farthest distance of distinct vision. Farthest distance of distinct vision, and it is infinite for every individual. For different individual it is different, means it is infinite distance, but minimum distance of distinct vision is 25 centimeter. And the diameter, I forgot to tell you before, the diameter of eyeball is 2.4 centimeter, children. The ball is of 2.4 centimeter. And after this video we will be discussing the defect of the eye. Thank you, children. Please subscribe, comment, like and share.